Dakshina. So dear viewers, today we are going to see about a science called astrology and a holistic approach to this particular science, Vedic astrology. So what is this Vedic astrology? Some people might have a question as beginners. Everybody is a beginner in this science since we can't claim ourselves to be studying this science because it's endless. You are a beginner until you know everything in the Shastras, and that's almost impossible. So Jyotisha Shastra being linked to millions of other knowledge branches and also acquiring things from them to use for predictions. It's as an eye. It's an eye to a person's destiny. So at the 6th day of a baby being born, Brahma removes the forehead and writes something in the forehead. They call it Lalata Lekha. So because of that, then he sutures it back, and on that particular day, the child is written for its future. So this particular future, in case before this itself the child has died, that is because of his past karmas. But this is when the Lord Brahma writes, is what our ancient Shastras say. So when we think in this particular way, we have to always know that the Supreme Lord has made Brahma, and Brahma has written this destiny inside our foreheads. Only very intelligent and people who know the Shastras can get inside and see what is there here, that with the help of the astrological chart. So astrologers are divine people since they are able to guess what is present here through mechanical and mystical formulae that are being presented in the spiritual and ancient Shastras. So in these ancient Shastras, there's so many different kinds of methods to use, to follow, to make a chart and a systematic arrangement of all the things. Not only the chart, you can use so many other things to predict. So these different kinds of branches of systems of prediction have proven to be the utmost powerful and wonderful of all the branches and systems. And this entire powerful method of prediction is known as Vedic astrology. It comes from the Vedas, so it's called Vedic astrology. The Vedas have so many explanations of the nakshatras, the grahas, the rashis, and different kinds of other things that people can't understand sometimes, but every single thing in these Vedas is slightly or lots very, very close to astrological information. So I would say that that's why it's called Vedic astrology, because astrology is linked to all the subjects in this world. You can use astrology you can use it for science, you can use it for maths, you can use it for every single thing. You can know about the future of a mathematician or a scientist. You can know about the failures or success in a dance program or a playing of drums program, etc. Things can all be known through astrology. So we all know this divine science as astrology for this one purpose, that many purposes are there, but this particular purpose is very main because through this science a man is projected towards his destiny, and then at the end he reaches the Supreme Lord, accompanied by different kinds of punyas that he has done in his birth. So these remedies presented, even if one does not believe in them, that is wrong to not believe in them, so it doesn't give any effect. Still, this will give punya. It is a merciful deed. None of the remedies present in the Shastras are without a reason. They always have some other connection to a particular thing. And most of these remedies are for the benefit of the living entities around you. Isn't this help the living entities? Especially if you see in the ancient Shastras like we call Parashara Hora Shastra. So BPHS, it's called in modern day. So that's a funny name to keep, but one must call the real name Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. So in this particular great text, almost all the remedies given are for the purpose, the well-being of other people around you. If one is there, in the past time, Brahmanas used to do lots of good for the people. So they used to be given Dakshina. In the past time, Shudras also used to do good to people. So they used to also be given alms and other different kinds of things. Since they were poor, because of their previous karmas, they were to be born as Shudras. So this kind of karma arrangement in the society was very prevalent at that time and was also correct, I feel. So according to my humble opinion, I feel that this kind of system of the Varnas and the Varnashrama system, this world would have been a better place, but because of different kinds of revolts, things have changed, but still, the ancient kind of Varna method was not making any class feel bad. Each class had its own work. Though in Kali Yuga there are changes, still this method is very great. So, this astrological Shastra, this is called Jyotishya Shastra, that means the science of light. So here it shows you the light to things happening in the future. Your future is dark, you are in a dark room, but how to know what is there? For example, you want to find a key to the door in the dark room. The key is very far away, but you are at the corner of the room and you want to go towards the key. So what you do is you use a torch or a lamp to guide you towards the key. Then you get the key, and by the key you again use the torch and you open the door. So this particular key is God's devotion, etc. and all the different kinds of things that are bhakti, jnana, all the purusharthas are the key. And this torch is Jyotishya Shastra. And the person who wants to open the door is the seeker of truth, who at the beginning wanted some food in the room, but then he suddenly felt for the key. The key is the thing. Then he opened the door and he went outside to find out that this entire world was so bright. The same way, we all are present in this earth to get out of this material bondage. I have this person, I have that person, I have this much money. What is this money for use when you are left this earth and you come back in another place where there might not be any money, or there might be lots of money, or you might have Alpayu, Madhyayu, Purnayu, whatever. That is again according to your karmas. So this great branch astrology was in such a wonderful way that astrologers could calculate every single lagna. Nowadays we calculate lagnas through softwares, and people who are at least little good at maths, etc., they calculate with FMLEs and other different kinds of things with a table of ascendants. We have so many different kinds of things with us, calculated things. So instead of the software, I try to use these FMLEs and table of ascendants. There are many methods to do the ascendant calculation. So when you do this ascendant calculation by lots of different kinds of processes, the ancient people used to do it in just one process. There used to be these vakyas, huge mathematical formulae in Sanskrit, pure Sanskrit that one cannot even understand. Again, if you see the words and the numbers present in that, no civilization would have been like our ancient civilization. Viewers, dear friends, understand that our ancient civilization was so front, so forward, we could not have even imagined there were so many facilities in the ancient times. People could easily know what would happen next to them. They used to plan according to that. What is more better than knowing what will happen to you next and doing things according to that? Imagine, and having a fortunate day which will give you a boost, which will make things go well. Just faith and devotion to the subject is important. Like this, the ancient rishis could calculate huge vakyas. Vakyas are formulae. So they used to calculate all of these things in a speed of nanoseconds. Just imagine these nanosecond speed, and people used to be like shocked at their power. Even small kids used to also know a few things, basics of astrology. For example, Purnima, Amavasya, this, that, in the ancient times. In the ancient times, the moment a child was born, they knew all the Shastras. Some children were like that. Some children learned the Shastras, for example, great Lord Sri Shankaracharya, the incarnation of Lord Shiva. He learnt all the Vedas, Shastras, Puranas, everything at the age of 8. Like this, there have been many great people. And astrology is a subject which is very strange to some, and which was patronized by kings and ancient very great people in the past, and the rishis used to be the people who used to do this, predictions, etc. But unfortunately now we have different kinds of circumstances by which better reason to say for astrology to be ridiculed by people. Modern day people, to show themselves as rational, they start ridiculing the sages, they start ridiculing the Shastras. Some of them, they take their hands on different other Shastras, and astrology has fallen prey to one of these things. So, though astrology will never get destroyed, still astrology has fallen prey to this great, dangerous, horrible modern era, which is suppressing this astrology. Though there are many people who are producing books on astrology and keeping it in light, though they are astrologers nowadays. But there are few astrologers which are not creating any well-being for astrology, rather depreciating its value in modern society. Value in the figure of money cannot be calculated in this. Value means the prediction's value. What is the value of your prediction? That value should be emphasized upon. One should have this self-respect but not ego. Or astrologers should have all these qualities. So the quality is not there. So people have just degraded from the great rishis like sage Parashara. It came down, 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 down. I don't mean the other sages, but the yugas, they start degrading. So in case Satya Yuga, there are many people, all people in the world knew all the shastras, every single thing. So there was no untruth. So if there's no untruth, if there's no untruth or lies, that is where astrology resides, because astrology is a science of truth. You speak the truth in astrology. There is no room for lies in astrology. There is a negative effect. Yes, say it. You found a negative effect in this chart. Say it. You found a positive effect. Say it. Proclaim it bravely. Don't care about how the person comes back at you with it, but just say it. That's the duty of an astrologer. That increases the value of your prediction. That shows how much strong you have studied in astrology. In this way, astrology was before a good subject and now is degrading slowly because of the incapability of modern astrologers and astrologers who are like too much greedy, and some of them who have brought astrology into an approach of very big looking arrogant brahmins and who come and sit in close to different places and start predicting things which are not at all which are funny, which cannot be used. So these kind of images are being created by the social media, the mainstream media, MSM, all of these organizations, etc. are putting things in astrology to make it look funny. Every single textbook in Indian education and even foreign education has things against astrology. Religious books or religious institutions are also coming up against astrology. All people are coming up against this with an agenda. I don't think it is a systematized behavior of some people. It is a special arranged agenda for all the shastras to decay. One of them is also Jyotisha Shastra. Unfortunately, this kind of a thing is happening to our predicament in modern day. We are to be very sorry about this and uplift this. So, just a second. Actually, the battery got exhausted, but not me, so I am coming back. So, in the Prashna Marga, it is given in places that Vakyas were used to calculate. In Brihad Jataka, it is being given that people, even Yavanas, Arabs or people from Afghanistan or Persia, were renowned and respected in our country for making accurate predictions based on Vedic astrology system. So these Yavanas were there. Before Yavanas or the Persians had come to India, learned these things from our people, the foreigners. Yavanas can be known as foreigners. So in different kind of texts, it has been given that fear from a Yavana king. So there were these authorities before who were from foreign lands and who used to fight with the kings in our lands, etc. And our kings used to drive them away or get defeated and then other kings. So these things used to happen as not regular routine, just sometimes. So fear from Yavana kings, authority of Yavana king, getting pleased by the Yavana king. All of these things are also given in the Shastras. So Yavanas were these people who used to make accurate predictions before. So these accurate predictions were honored by the people of India. So if a foreigner is honored for his accurate predictions, how much would be an Indian pure Brahmin? Brahmin does not mean by birth, it means by qualities. So a pure Brahmin who would have said something in astrology properly, perfectly, with all the Shastra's knowledge, how much should he be renowned? So Brihad Jataka has given this how much should he be renowned? So this kind of, all ancient Shastras say this, that because even if foreigners are being renowned in this way, then how should the Indians be renowned? That means Indians means Bharatiya Janaha. So, Nowadays, there are two kinds of astrologers mainly. One is the people who have not studied well, and one is the people who study and they neglect and insult the Shastras. These are people who say Parashari method is not proper. Some people say Jaimini method is not proper, it's not a correct way to predict that. It just gives different results. It's Jaimini Maharshi didn't do it properly, no, why did he make it like this? Parashara Maharshi, oh, you can instead use Bhrigu or other texts you can use. Why need Parashari system? Why need Jaimini system? Why need this system? One must not make such these assumptions out of nowhere without studying well and giving an insight. We can't comment on any Shastra because they are being written by people who are much greater than us, much better than us, and people who could see the future without even astrology. They could just see Trikalagnya. There are some people who call Trikalagnyas. So even though they don't know astrology, they can tell you the future, past, present and future in just 2 seconds without any mechanical method. It's pure divine science. Science cannot predict this. Modern science cannot say the reason for why people are having this power of telling the past, present and the future in very fast. Sometimes there are some people like this. Intuition power. In the ancient times, almost like the sages had this intuition power. They are called Trikalagnyas. So we cannot talk anything against these Trikalagnyas. So there are some people who insult. And the second group of the people who is keep a board and say Jyotisha Mandira, come and sit there and have your arrogance and ego and sit in that place and then speak very rude with the people and then sit down and see their charts as if you're like very very great sage and then watch the charts and like that. You know, there are some astrologers like that. They have this very big arrogance, so they might have not even studied a single Shastra. They might, okay, you have not studied any Shastras, at least with the knowledge of little astrology in the holistic approach. So that's what we are going to discuss today. The holistic approach of astrology. So, these kinds of people, these two classes of people, one is arrogant in not knowing the Shastras, second one is arrogant knowing the Shastras but insulting the sages and their divine works. So, these people are actually degrading this science. People are getting against these science. As astrological communities fight, this MSM is putting the light on these fights and showing astrology as a dangerous science, as a bad science, as a fake thing, as everything else fake. They say that people have some intuition so they are able to say the future. Why do big people like Sadhguru etc. not understand that all the predictions can be made by a dint of mystic power? One hand, people who are not that elevated to have that dint of mystic power by mechanical calculations. They are mechanical calculations which can give the right predictions, and that is what is Jyotisha Shastra. One who knows these mechanical calculations will automatically get the dint of mystic power. Only if he has the good qualities of an astrologer. An astrologer should be humble, kind, and many more qualities present in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. These qualities should be present in an astrologer, and by chanting mantras, slowly these qualities start coming inside the person. Even if a few bad qualities are present, this bhakti and daily practice of different kinds of rituals, one should purify oneself. That's an important duty of the astrologer. So let's see a few things to do for a holistic approach of this great spiritual science of astrology. First of all, astrology is not a subject of the flexible manner, though there are different systems. First thing is, astrology cannot be just there is a fulka ki atta, so you can't just mix and match. You can't make a roti out of 100 different kinds of attas. In astrology, you can't mix different kinds of things just for the easy practical method, etc. That's a very important thing. We're going to discuss that later. And astrological texts can't be actually just given out to people in a large scale. Sometimes people are doing this. So even Bharat Parashara says this. So we are going to see the shloka too in a later part of this video. All astrologers must know Sanskrit, since there are variations that a few people make a few variation, etc. So when they make these variations, the problem that happens is we start believing these variations, and astrology gets a kalanka. Kalanka means a black spot. For example, it's a very white cloth. There's only one black spot on this cloth which is not designed especially, which looks bad. So that particular thing comes in, and astrologers, that slowly the black spot will become a black hole and then keep increasing and the white cloth will tear open. So if it's like this, we must all be very careful to keep editing and sensing out errors that some people might make while translating or might make even when they know that they're not supposed to make it deliberately. So some people make it deliberately, these changes. They change Manusmriti, Max Muller. So in the same way they're going to change our Shastras too. So we have a very good eye because they are the shlokas. The shlokas will tell you whether they are lying or not. They can't say the shlokas. Maharshi Parashara blessings are there. So for that, Sanskrit is absolutely needed for all astrologers. That's very important. All astrologers must know the Bhagavad Gita. This is a very important thing. The Bhagavad Gita is the Gita said by the Supreme Lord Krishna. In this, Lord Sri Krishna has explained so many things about the karma theory, the bhakti yoga, all of these things that are very important. Karma theory, we can't say karma theory. This is a special kind of meditation. Meditation while doing your work is called karma yoga, and also the particular work done of action is also known as karma yoga. So one who meditates on this supreme personal form of the Lord, it's called bhakti yoga. But one who does this while doing this work is called mix of karma and bhakti, and that's what the Lord wants us to do. Automatically when you have this mix of karma and bhakti, even devoid of jnana will automatically come to you. You will go to the supreme abodes. So this is what is said in the Bhagavad Gita clearly, that one will have difficulties in reaching the supreme destination when they do penance to the unseen form of the Lord. When they do penance to the seen form of the Lord, at that time, penance I mean just thinking of the Lord. You think of the Lord, that's kind of a penance. So keeping the mind clean and thinking of the Lord every single minute while doing your work is called the bhakti penance. So while doing your work, that's called karma. So bhakti and karma together make a person very subconsciously elevated. So Bhagavad Gita is one very important thing. It's a spiritual thing of astrology. So in astrology, Bhagavad Gita, the things of Bhagavad Gita should be given out to the people, and they should be firmly having their faith in Bhagavad Gita other than material things. An astrologer's duty is to guide the person out of the door, that I explained to you that example. So an astrologer's duty is to guide the person out of this dark room. This entire earth is a dark room. We are all stuck here. We cheat each other in this dark room, and then we get back the effects. Like this, we keep going around this black room. The astrology is the only thing which can lead you out, and that's what astrology is meant for. So, dear friends, astrology and Bhagavad Gita are fully linked. Bhagavad Gita is the source of all Shastras. It has all Shastras in it, and even astrology in it. So even astrology is present in the great Bhagavad Gita. So just like all the Puranas, just like the Milky Ocean was churned, all the Sanskrit literature, everything is churned within the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So read this Bhagavad Gita properly and understand the meaning of it spiritually. Advaita or Dvaita concoctions need not be incorporated. Both Advaita and Dvaita are very effective in bringing moksha. But for common-minded people, Dvaita is easily understandable. The Vishishtadvaita, that means thinking of the Lord, you being the servant and Lord being the master. Advaita thinks of both being kind of superior. So you just are in a body, but you are still superior and you should be one with the God. So that kind of explanation is also apt, but still it is difficult for a person to understand. Then why do I worship the Lord in the house? These kind of thoughts keep coming. Why can't I just think of the Lord wherever I am? Why keep the Lord in the house? Then the mind keeps wavering. You can't think of the Lord like great Rishi wherever you are. So advise the people not to think of nothingness. There is a new culture called nothingness nowadays, which is which big gurus etc. are making it look like spirituality. So nothingness is not spirituality, it's satanic belief. So there should be something, otherwise negative or positive. If there is nothing, negative will come. Only negative comes. So you have to fill your mind with positiveness. And that is only by thinking of a wonderful form of the Lord. That even if you don't believe that kind of a form is there, still that form calms you down and slowly gives you belief in that. And when you keep believing in that, even when you are in the most dangerous problems, you will be thinking of that Supreme Lord and you will be feeling that there is no problem. There is no problem. I am getting the effects of the previous karmas. I have done something, so I am getting it back. And the Lord will always help me. The smile of any Lord you choose. You take any Lord, which is your Ishta Devata. Even Narsimha's roar gives you that confidence. Confidence against troubles. So, like this, keep meditating on the Lord and this will give wonderful effects to a person in confidence, etc. And slowly, not only by this confidence is not the main goal. The main goal is moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These four things are given by Ayurveda and astrology. These two subjects give dharma by religiosity. So when you do dana to somebody, when you give something to somebody, dharma comes. So when you are performing remedial measures, dharma is automatically coming to you. Artha, if you follow muhurta and all the parts of astrology and perform the remedial measures, you automatically get artha. When you get artha, you use the artha for your karma. And karma has different branches. So astrology can help you in all of those things too. Your desires can be fulfilled. So karma. And finally, after getting these three and being satisfied, the human will get moksha. He'll think, I have used the shastras in such a big way. I have got so many benefits out of these shastras. Now, I will think about the thing that is present above all of these shastras. That is the Supreme Lord. That's what a human will always think after getting into astrology. So, and one need not, to worship the Lord has never said that give me a marble flooring, give me a golden deepa, give me everything that is very comfortable, etc. It's not given anywhere about any Lord properly. The Lord has never said you must worship me this way, you must worship me this way, you must worship me this way, etc. Have not been given. For Bhakti Yoga, simple way the Lord Krishna has given. Lord Shri Krishna has given in the Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya pahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. This beautiful shloka in the 9th chapter gives so much light on our spiritual thoughts. So, this is it. So because of this particular verse, I'll explain the meaning of this verse. Just a second. So actually the battery again got exhausted. It gets exhausted every kind of 30 minutes. So I'll tell you the meaning of the shloka Patram Pushpam now. So, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktya-pahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanah. So this beautiful verse in the 9th chapter says that even offer me a leaf or pushpam, a flower, phalam, a fruit, or just water is enough. I will be gratified by the things that you give. And that is only called bhakti. The Lord does not need to be, He doesn't need anything from us. Though He can be caught by our love to Him. So Yashoda Mata with her love could catch Krishna. And all the beings who had love towards the Lord could catch Him and keep Him in the control. That means with Him always. So people who have love towards the Lord can easily get Him. Lord is very difficult to get sometimes when a person has the bad qualities. But in case a person has love in the Lord, love automatically destroys all these bad qualities, and love only comes when all bad qualities are destroyed to the Lord, and then the Lord removes us from this material earth and takes us to the supreme place. So in this way, Patram Pushpam says this, that one need not be too extravagant in worship. A rich man can do whatever he likes according to dharma. A poor man can also do whatever he likes according to dharma. There is no religious injunction saying that one should do this, one should do this, one should do this. So our Shastras are so big, knowledgeable. Next, 5th step is taking into account that your clients need you and keeping aside your expectations from them. Normally all astrologers and all humans have expectations from each other. Of course, even animals have it, even microbes have it. Microbes want a particular food from your body, and by the way they attack your body. Their thing is not to attack your body and make diseases in your body. Their aim is to have some food in your body. So they also have some expectation from you. So in the same way, animals also have an expectation. Deer has an expectation to find some plushy green grass in the forest, and the tiger has an expectation to find a deer in the forest today if he finds lucky and catch it. And the lion also has expectations to catch a lion, an elephant or find it. And peacock wants to show off to another animal, so he also waits for somebody to come there. In this way, all animals have different kinds of expectations. Humans also have expectations. Goldsmith wants some customer to come and he'll make something for them. Brahmana wants somebody to come and not a pure Brahmana, a very pure Brahmana will be sitting and in trance in meditation, and the kings will give him whatever food he needs for his entire family. And in this way he will be living very peacefully along with karma and bhakti yogas. So when he is in this particular form, there is nothing, no desire that he wants. But normally a greedy Brahmana will want, oh, somebody should come to me for puja. Some puja. So everybody has this kind of a expectation. So an astrologer should not have this kind of expectation and should reduce it in the body, in the mind. So always you must be totally like the teacher of the client. A correct teacher will never expect money or any kind of thing from the student unless he finishes all things, and that too only the student comes and gives him something, he will accept that. And that's how it used to be before. Guru Dakshina. Whatever the teacher asks for, the student comes and gives. Like that particular thing. But that was not out of expectation, because the teachers knew that the students were very, very pure in heart and they would give whatever the teacher asks for. Or they knew that it was a sin. So that was not an expectation. What will he give me? What will he give me? Might give me cake, might give me a gym, might give me this, might give me... That is a very bad perspective of things. So you keep, if somebody keeps seeing this, I want that, I want this, then what happens is the predictions power decreases. Our work is to increase our punyas out of helping people. So when we get lots of punyas, we can use these punyas again to help people. While using these punyas, we get more punyas. Like this, we can help so many people in our entire Ayush. We have a particular Ayush set for our life. So that particular Ayush, in that period of time, we should be helping people as much as we can. So astrology is a very great way to help people. You get punya by helping one person, you utilize that punya to help another person. Like this, then you chant mantras, you utilize the power of those mantras to help people. Like this, the ancient rishis also used to curse, but this curse also used to help the sages, help the people who used to be cursed to not get bad effects in Narakaloka. So they used to actually get a little punya by cursing others. So, in this way, one must keep being just like a family member to the person. So, take care, be fine, don't need to do that, don't need to get scared, be confident. Like this, you have to keep giving these Atmasthairya, they say. Atmasthairya means, Atmasthairya means that you must be making the client fully strong. That's the duty of an astrologer. So you give good predictions and bad predictions to just make him aware of his karmas and be careful. So all of these things, and do remedial measures and reduce the effects of these dangerous problems. So like this, you are helping some person so much with all your knowledge. You are helping somebody. Like this, you must not have an astrologer must not have any kind of expectation. Help the person fully according to his entire knowledge. Help. Like that, keep helping. Acquiring punyas, use those punyas, acquiring punyas. And finally, God will give us the particular effect we want. Even if we don't ask for it, God Himself gives it. So we must not at all ask for anything. He will give it to us. So, intimately, one must care for the clients intimately. Show them that you care for them, and internally also you care. It's not that you simply show. You have to care. Give them that protection. Like you must give them the feeling of protection, that you have the power to protect them. Though at times an astrologer has power, but sometimes does not use it. Still, you must give the assurance that you will protect him. And the sixth one is, there are a few flexibilities in astrology that nowadays people are trying to incorporate into astrology. Like for example, a yantra will be of gold. Just an example. So yantra will be supposed to be made of gold. Or astrologer will say, no, don't need of gold, that's too expensive for you. No, you just take this plastic. Plastic is there. I already colored for you, gold paint only. I already colored for you. You take this plastic thing and then you write on this only. No problem. Okay. This kind of thing is there. No effects at all. And then, what is this astrology? You simply waste so much money at that man. Why did you do that? This kind of people come up. Then goes to the mainstream media. See, astrology is very bad. You cannot give any prediction of astrology. Astrology is pure in science. There is nothing. See this example. This person went to an astrologer. He took a yantra, pure yantra, according to the astrologer. And it didn't work. The person died at home. What is this? Astrology doesn't work. Oh no. People don't understand that these astrologers are defaming astrology, and MSM is taking advantage of that. And on the other side, there are these people, for example, this is a joke. So betel leaves. Betel leaves are supposed to be used for certain things. So for example, if there is a problem in the family between husband and wife, there are special yantras to be drawn on the betel leaf and fed to the person who is struggling or the person you want to be good to. So all of these yantras are present in our shastras for peaceful family life, etc. So for that, you go to an astrologer and ask for such a yantra, and then he says there are no betel leaves available now. And actually what we can do is, I have some plastic with me. Here this is plastic and this is, it's okay, that means not that much toxins, it's okay. So here I am going to write a yantra for you with paint, and then you can feed it to your children or your husband, whoever you can feed it to that, and they will become fine. Hare Baba, they will become fine. Okay sir. Yeah, this is the yantra. Okay, you give me this much money for this yantra, and you go. No, you can. Everything is okay with this effect. Astrology is always correct. No, the ancient rishis that made astrology, they told me to put it on betel leaf. There is no betel leaf, so I put it in plastic for you. And then they give it in plastic, and the person goes and eats it. In one day they get cancer and fall. Well, now imagine these kinds of things actually don't happen, but there are other things happening. As a sensible example, I gave some insensible examples right now, but I think that's going to happen in another few years. Some astrologers are going to come up like this, saying they don't betel leaf, so you can use eatable plastic. Or I write it on some other thing for you. I write it on wood for you. You just bite the wood. Or all these things might just come into astrology in another few years. The bogus things. And then there are some more people who say there's no milk at home. There's no milk for you at home. How milk is not there? Oh, what milk is also not there? Buffalo milk is also not there. It's okay, take some rice powder and mix it with water. Excuse me. Mix it with rice powder and water. Fine. Another person says, take Nandini milk or the packaged milk, go take that and put it for the cow. For the snake. Oh, the snake will be very happy and bless you. Okay? Snake will be very happy and bless you. So this kind of things given to the people who come, the clients. And then the clients do things, but it doesn't happen. Many people come and normally say, I did this, I did that, but nothing happened. I did this, I did that, but nothing happened. So this nothing happened makes it look like astrology is a bogus science. Every time this happens to all sciences which claim to be very mystical. The Shastras were seeing this science because at the ancient times there were no Jersey cows, there were only Desi cows, so people had that much advantage. In fact, in Vrindavana, according to the scriptures, there were 9 lakh something cows, I have just forgotten the number. There were about 9 lakh cows in that place. Unlimited milk used to keep flowing. Nobody needed to even milk. The milk was just flowing like that. So if you see in that way, the entire world at that time was so great. And this particular thing of flexibility of the signs cannot be incorporated, and every time one cannot say, like nowadays they're coming astrologers, whenever the Shastras say the person will become a king, they take it as government, a high position in government. Sometimes the yoga is too powerful and says acquisition of kingdom. So when it says acquisition of kingdom, we can't directly give Prime Minister for it, because Prime Minister does not have acquisition of kingdom. Prime Minister controls a few parts of the kingdom, but the whole country is controlled by some other people. So one of those kinds of people, banks, etc., could be the person. So like this deep visualization of what kind of person the person might be is necessary, otherwise these guys will again come back in astrology. Karma theory. There's one more thing. So the remedies in the Shastras look impractical sometimes. Sometimes Brihadsparashara Hora Shastra says, make a small idol of, they say, don't say small or big, they say, make an idol of gold of this particular devata. And the moment we think of gold, oh, 3,500 rupees, gram gold. What can I do? I can't have it. How to make this yantra of gold? Oh, too much money, no, too much money, no, too much money, no. Don't they realize that this gold will keep increasing its price? So this particular thing that they are making out of gold is in fact good for their financial success and astrological success too. So it makes this gold idle, and it according to financial strength. So there is also Yatha Shakti Samacharet in all Puranas. In Bhagavad Gita, Patra Pushpam Shloka also hints to this one. Yatha Shakti Samacharet. You can do according to your power, your energy on this earth. You can do according to your opulence. So how much you have. A rich person can make this big idol, this big idol, this big idol, but everybody will get the same effect. Everybody will get the same effect according to the particular work they are doing, with how much faith. A rich man makes this entire house. That's huge. He makes a huge idol of one particular devata, very rich man. But still, if he does with that government and arrogance and ego, no, then everything is gone. All the effects are gone. Really, that's there in the Shastras. So next, the seventh point I would say is the karma theory. Karma theory is utmost important, my dear friends. Karma theory, there are some people who come for astrology consultation without believing in God, without believing in karma theory, and they come and sit for astrology consultation. That's little pitiable, though they are not properly knowing the Shastras, so they come like that. So what we are supposed to do for them is, we are supposed to give them the information of karma theory and tell them how it is correct. Sometimes people might argue, tell them the explanation, because in Kali Yuga we do not have the power to be too arrogant, so we are not supposed to do that. We are supposed to explain to them the thing of karma theory. So screaming, blaming fate or God, some people scream at God, some people blame fate. So all of these things will not help in any problem. God is doing it for your problems. You are getting the effects of your problems. So one can't blame God for that. So this is it. Again the same thing happened. So I'll continue from where I was saying that particular thing. So there are some people who scream, blame and say all of these things to God, though they don't understand that God is a supreme person who is giving the effects of the problems that are present in humanity. If astrology is correct, then God is there. If God is there, then astrology is correct. So God and astrology are totally linked. So you study astrology, you open the door to God. This is the key, not a key, the torch to find the key. So the key is supreme knowledge of Lord. So this is the torch to find the key. Otherwise, it is blindness to find the key. Some people, even this is blindness, they are very great people, so they find the key with their powerful energies. So you can't just end it at saying God is great. You have to explain to them how God is great, what He does, miraculous things of the God. Make it into a Bhagavata Saptaha, in fact. Just tell them the story of the Lord. They'll enjoy it and they'll also believe you. And you should make accurate predictions at the beginning. There are many things saying that in this particular Hora, Nantar Hora have to come, and Pratyantar Hora have to come, and the day, the Lord, everything if you find, and combine the effects, you just know from what they are coming. by the thing of Lagna Lord and the Kendra Lords, and what is posited in the Kendra, the Hora and the Lord of the Hora, it is posited in the Kendra. And also if the Nimitta's house, if there are some Nimittas, then you can easily know from what this person is coming. My teacher had told me that her grandfather, moment somebody came in, he saw a buffalo going from right to left, and they were facing south. He was facing east. All astrologers are supposed to face east, but these people came and sat here. They started facing south. When they started facing south, that's it. He immediately said, you have come for a particular purpose that is about life or death, and death is certain. So like this, there are many superb astrologers. So all of these things considered, we as astrologers have to give lots of appreciation to the person. Because each nakshatra is a good thing. So if you say, oh, Jyeshtha nakshatra, oh, Hasta nakshatra, that's why your handwriting is so good. Oh, your Hasta nakshatra, oh, that's why you're so good at typing. So like that, keep encouraging them. Sometimes they're very depressed. So sometimes depressed people need to encourage themselves. So they sometimes have a symptom of boasting. And that boasting should be like, you should allow them to feel or say whatever they want because they're depressed. And this kind of power in the astrologer's body should be so powerful that you should make the person get a tingling sensation which says, I want to change my life, I will change my life according to what this person says. He's totally correct. So that kind of faith should come in. So you should tell him, for example, it's Kuja Hora going on. Kuja Hora, Kuja is in the 4th house. So you say, a person related to police, etc. will come to your house related to the land or some property of yours. You say this to him. He'll be, for example, like, really? Or you can also say, this kind of thing might have happened also. So like this, you can tell them the future. And next, also I would say that Bhagavad Gita should be incorporated in every single thing. Even if a person who is got into the ocean of debilitation and distress, Bhagavad Gita is a remedy for him. Even if a person is, even on earth, he is going in Brahmaloka with Apsaras, just for example, like the Gandharvas and Apsaras, singing along with them. Even if he is in that ocean of happiness, still, for him also Bhagavad Gita is an important thing. Sometimes people won't understand because they might be in too much of ecstasy. People generally understand when they are in problems, and most probably, people come to you when they have problems. So, okay, so now I want to tell you one important thing in the holistic approach of astrology. It's the most important thing, the 8th point. And in this I would tell you that A1 milk, refined salt, refined sugar, refined oil, jaggery, white jaggery. So these 5 things are considered very evil, they are bad. So actually in astrology normally we take milk, sugar, salt, jaggery, and also we use sugar. So these 5 things are very important, oil. So these 5 things are very important in astrological pariharas. Most probably salt and sugar is little less, but other things most important. So in Lal Kitab we also use salt and sugar, but Lal Kitab must be checked around other Shastras to see the coordination, why they suggest that kind of thing. Sometimes it's medical, sometimes it's astrological, so according to Shastras. So sugar and salt, everything might be correct, but again if you use the bad things of it, I made a video on each of the 5 evils. That's salt, sugar, oil and all these things. So be very careful on these particular things and change them for your good. Is that only for the astrological parihara that one is to go here and there and get the things? Change it, it's for your good. So if you see that video, you know why I'm saying this. Change it to Saithavanavana for refined salt and Ghana oil that is only available in Bharat, nowhere else. Or you can get an oil pressing machine where you can put your own organic seeds and get oil out of it. It's a very, almost people think impractical, but it's totally practical. We follow it. We use only Ghana oil. Everything is perfect in our house of the 5 evils. I can see that, but we are still trying to learn other different kinds of things, though we are trying to get perfect in every single thing. So we have to learn more. There's lots more to learn, but we have done these 5 things and we have found lots of success of health in these 5 things. So one more thing is no remedy will be complete without serving or donating a cow. So serving is for a poor person who does not have enough financial resources, so he can serve the cow and he will also get the Gomata blessings. A very rich person, if he has enough money to buy a cow and donate it to a worthy person, or anybody he thinks has helped him, or like worthy person with all the good qualities and straightforward and good person, whoever is around him like that, he can donate the cow to that person. So that is the end of the remedy. So like this, any person can be given a cow. Any person who has all the qualities of the 16 chakras. Not all, might be a high percentage of it. That kind of person. Kali Yuga, you can't find anybody with all 100%. At least a high percentage, lust, anger, and greed should not be there. That kind of a person, the cow should be gifted. And with happiness and ecstasy, and that gives lots of power to the remedy. So, going and giving A1 milk to the snake, waste of time. Might give you little effects, but it's not great because you're giving poison to the snake. Does the snake give you tell you to give poison? Does the Bharat Parashara Hora Shastra say go give white color poison to the snake and then all the problems will go? The Bharat Parashara Hora Shastra say this? Not at all. And one more thing. Yes, some people who chant mantras. Like that they chant. And some people chant, if you say chant the Bija mantra, soom. So chant it in the way you chant Om. Om. Like that, if you say, stretch the mantra and say properly. They say soom. Sometimes it becomes noise pollution in the full house. Anybody will say, what is this astrology? You're practicing something so crazy. No use of it. What can this soom do? Especially if you say and enlarge it according to the way the Shastras have given, in a particular way, pitches everything correctly, then surely it becomes a meditation for the entire. All people will be gazing at you instead of reprimanding, reproaching. So, for that, all these people must be knowing that mantra, chanting crazily at whatever time you want. When you're going outside the house, chant the mantra. You're facing south, chant the mantra. Facing east, west, no direction. Just chant, keep chanting. Not. Okay, I am drinking water, chant the mantra. I'm seeing TV, also chant the mantra. First of all, don't see TV. Then while seeing TV also you chant. Baba, what is this? And next, finally, an astrologer should have lots of mantra shakti in him. Daily morning, one must chant these celestial mantras around the home. They must go from, they must start with east, then southeast, like that in a clockwise manner, come back to northeast, and then east, chant Aditya Hridayam, chant all the sutrams according to the day, and then do Tulsi Puja, do Puja of your Ishta Devata, and then everything if you do, a special energy comes in your body, and that is very important. This divine power of celestial mantras like Bija mantras, Shakti mantras must be enhanced in the body, and then you can, by dint of this power itself, you can use it for predictions. So I would say that these 9 steps, along with many other steps, are very important for an astrologer to do accurate predictions. So I end this video thereby. So any sentiments hurt, please forgive me for that. But I actually feel this way. These kinds of things are happening in the world and they have to be changed. So I'll also tell you the shloka for Bharat Parashara. Yeah, just a second. So I just forgot to tell you the shloka in the Bharat Parashara Hora, saying that this particular shastra of astrology must not be given to other people who are not faithful to the science. So this is the shloka. So it's given here. Medha vine vinitaya samyak jnata kudaya cha punyadam jyotisham shastram Griya Vedanga Uttamam. Chapter 97, the 4th shloka, the conclusive chapter. So in this particular chapter, it's been clearly given that a person should only give to one who is amiable, truthful, brilliant, and loved by all and by the teacher. So only such a person should get the Shastra, and that's why the Shastra cannot be given to all people, just like that. One must learn the Shastra from the person, and the Shastra should be kept as strict to only some people who are perfect in this Shastra. So, it's also given, Yesu Shastram Pathi, Yesu Shastram Pathandidam, Yeva Shrinvanti Bhaktitaha, Tesha Ayurbalam Vittam, Vriddhimeti Yashasada. So one who reads this will get all different, he'll get longevity, he'll get all things that he wants, he'll get money, he'll get enjoyment in his entire life, he'll keep increasing every day just like the moon. So this is what the Bharat Parashara says. And one more thing about the Bharat Parashara Hora is that one must study this Bharat Parashara Hora only when one has full faith in it. One cannot keep that criticism there because we are not greater than Parashara Maharshi. So, thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram. May Sage Parashara and all the sages bless us to continue our studies in this particular Shastra and enlarge our minds very exponentially. Jai Shri Krishna.